People going to jail for X posts about riots. President Trump almost getting assassinated again. Elon Musk and Trump announcing an explosive interview on Monday, and much more. Guys, the last week and the last days have been explosive and rather filled with news, which we will cover in today's exclusive video. As I said in the introduction, many things have happened in the last weeks, in the last days, in the last period, and today we're going to talk about all of them. And guys, I'm going to talk about all of those things. I almost forgot to mention another one. Males beating up females in boxing matches. Guys, what is going on? Today we're going to discuss about that. Today we're going to talk about that. Guys, before we start talking about that, please support this channel for exclusive videos such as this one. Now guys, let's start with the most interesting news of the week, we could say. Guys, the UK is going nuts. It is going mad. It is going bad. There isn't much else to add. It also rhymes. It also rhymes. Rhyme of the year. Got it.
Wow.
Here. Big different, guys. Another rhyme. Jokes aside, the start of this video was kind of explosive. It wasn't the start I expected to be, but I don't care. So the UK, guys, what is going on with the UK? I mean, I'm not going to talk about the riots. There have been explosive interviews, including Piers Morgan. And, there has been, let's say, a pretty fiery exchange between Piers Morgan and Tommy Robinson. There is this interview which won't happen, but I think should happen, to be fair, because we have two sides of the political spectrum which should, I think, confront each other in the debate stage, but it's not going to happen. We had, riots going on.
They are scenes that are now happening daily in towns and cities across the country. In Bristol, there were clashes as police tried to keep apart a group of far-right protesters. Counter-protest.
And guys, I'm going to tell you my very straightforward and simple opinion on the riots. I don't know much about the riots. However, what I feel is happening is an underrepresentation of both sides. We have, of course, the Christian and the British community, we could say, the white people who feel disenfranchised by the government. And the same thing happens for the Muslims and for the black and brown people and for the Asian people, for all of those guys who immigrated to England, who of course also feel disenfranchised. So yeah, guys, both things are happening, and I feel that both parts of the populace feel underrepresented by their government, and that's the reason why all of this sham and all of this mess is going on. I think that it is very clear and it is very simple to understand. That's what I personally believe. And then, of course, illegal immigration is a problem there. I mean, many people are illegally invading the territory of the UK, which is a problem, guys. And I will state this very frankly and very, calmly. I think that illegal immigration is a problem in each country, in each situation. It should not be allowed. I think that there should be, in each country should have a process which is a process issued, and more than issued is the wrong word in this context. Let's remove it. I think that there should be a process which is determined by the government, which, dictates how the migrants get into a country. There should not be illegal immigrants. But, the UK, guys, is going completely crazy, and censorship has completely taken over.
Old man has been jailed for 20 months in Leeds for stirring up religious hatred online during the riots across the country.
And this is very, very dangerous. It is absolutely and utterly the most dangerous and sinister side of what is going on with the UK. Censorship is taking over. Guys, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I hope you do. I have tried to put the link down below in the description, but YouTube, doesn't allow me to do so. Hopefully, it allowed me to do so. If it allows me to do so, you will have the link of my Instagram channel. It's not a channel, my Instagram page in the description. And there, guys, I'm spreading the hashtag fuck censorship, because I'm completely against censorship. I'm gonna state this. I think you understood this from my videos. And yeah, censorship is unfortunately taking over in the UK. We are seeing that with our own eyes. People are being jailed for posting memes on X. People are being jailed for such stupid and asinine things. Instead, we have cases where, I'm gonna make an example here. There has been a guy who was thrown in jail for either 20 or 38 months for a comment on X. I don't want to be mistaken. I'm gonna post you the evidence on X, which will be shown to you. And then there is a guy who, I don't know if it's an illegal immigrant, I don't remember. I'm gonna show to you whether they are an illegal immigrant or not. However, this person has raped a 14-year-old or 13-year-old girl and is gone to jail for 6 months and then is being released. So there is clearly a two-tier policing, and I think that there is, in the UK, I think that an attempt to silence the opposition. When I talk about the opposition, I talk about all the people who don't comply with, the preferences of the government and establishment. There is a clear attack to all of these people. And this is, I think, very dangerous, guys. Censorship is dangerous, and censorship is absolutely disastrous. I am completely for freedom of speech, as much as it is something impossible to realize, because full freedom of speech would mean absolute chaos. So freedom of speech is, again, something which is, I would say, impossible to realize. However, we have seen that you can not silence people and let them talk and let them tell what they think. We are seeing that on X, we're seeing that on Rumble. Props to Elon, props to Chris for the amazing jobs they're doing in their respective social media platforms, and I really thank them and appreciate them for all the great work they're doing. But the UK, guys, is going crazy. The UK government, in particular, of course, the Prime Minister, is focusing on jailing people for posts on X rather than controlling the situation. And this is, guys, very dangerous. And I know that there are many people who live in the UK who follow me. There are many of you who live there, and there are many of you who are gonna maybe watch this video. I hope so. And guys, what is going on in the UK is quite frankly scary. And it is, of course, I would say that I hope that none of you goes to jail for X posts, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. And I think that if we allow such attacks on freedom of speech by the government, then the population is completely doomed. Absolutely, that's what I personally think. Next topic of the day, guys. Tomorrow, Elon Musk and Donald J. Trump will host an X space where they will discuss about several issues and several things regarding the US. Guys, this is very exciting news. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are two of the most influential people on the face of the planet by far. Guys, I quite frankly believe that they're probably and possibly the two most influential people on Earth. Maybe not, Putin's more influential than Musk at least, but those two folks are some of the most influential people on the face of the planet, and tomorrow they will be having a conversation which I'll probably watch, despite it being at 8 p.m. on the East Coast. So it would be like something, it would be in the night in the country I live in, of course, but I'm gonna watch it anyway, because that is certainly gonna be a quite interesting conversation, which I think is gonna reveal many things, and I think it is gonna be a very important one. That's what I personally believe, guys. And Elon and Trump are two very important voices, and this is very important news, guys. Trump and Musk are teaming up on an X host, and from my understanding, this space is gonna be hosted on Trump's X account, which means that he could come back on X, guys. I think he has to come back on X, as much as he likes Truth, and as much as Truth may be a great social media. However, Trump should definitely, and I say this and I state this as let's call myself a Trump supporter. In the race between Trump and Harris, I support Trump. I've been vocal about that. But as I was saying, I think that Trump is making mistakes with his campaign. I think that his advisors are certainly not giving him the best pieces of advice they could give him. They're making some mistakes, and there have been many big supporters of Trump highlighting that, and I think that Trump should take note and try his very best in order to not make those mistakes again. That's what I personally think. And regarding this event, guys, Trump I think should come back on X. He's got a lot of followers there. He's got almost 88 million followers compared to his 7.5 million followers on Truth. So I think he definitely needs to, have all of the 88 million people listening to him. If he were to come back on X, if he were to definitely start posting there again, I think that would be really positive for his campaign. It would really benefit his campaign, and I genuinely hope he does it, because guys, I believe he's the best choice that the USA has for the presidency in 2024. Next topic of the day, guys, let's talk about, also about Trump. Let's talk about Trump again. Guys, Trump has, I exaggerated to some degree when I said assassination attempt, that his plane had to perform an emergency landing because he had a mechanical issue. And this is quite concerning. This is quite concerning, and also I'm gonna mention this too. Trump's campaign apparently has been hacked. He claims that it has been hacked by Iran. I'm gonna of course post you all the evidence, all the statements which were issued by President Trump, and all the photos which have to be shown in order to prove my words in this video. So don't worry, there are gonna be photos, there are gonna be pictures showing what I'm saying. Nevertheless, Trump has, we could say, survived the second assassination attempt. That's conspiratorial. However, let's look at how the things going. Let's look at how the things are evolving. Trump survived an assassination attempt on July the 13th, almost 1 month ago. Yet nobody's talking about this anymore, for many reasons, I think. And now, rather suspicious, we could say, let's not call it assassination attempt yet. A rather suspicious emergency landing. This is what happened with President Trump. He landed in, not where he was supposed to land, yet he still landed in Montana, unless I'm mistaken, but he landed in another airport. And I'm gonna, of course, show you maybe the video and show you what he stated. Guys, this is quite concerning. This is quite concerning. I don't wanna start talking about, was this an assassination attempt? Wasn't this an assassination attempt? I said assassination attempt at the beginning of the video just to exaggerate and to spice this video up a little bit. However, I'm not sure it was an assassination attempt. You cannot be sure about that. We certainly can't. However, what we can be certain about is the fact that President Trump is under fire, and I am quite sure that they're going to try to perform yet another assassination attempt on him. I have said that numerous times in my videos, and I will keep saying that. Hopefully they don't, because I condemn and I think that political violence is disgusting and unacceptable. I think that we should let both candidates run how they want to run, and we should let all the candidates do what they want to do, of course, within the law. That's, I think, very clear. So this is, guys, the third topic which we will cover, guys. Biden has talked about why he dropped out of the race. He's talked about his Democratic colleagues advising him. I'm missing some words. Advising him to drop out of the race because he was falling down in the polls and all that stuff.
Showed that it was a neck and neck race, would have been down to the wire. But what happened was a number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races.
And this sounds a little bit like a coup, to be honest. I will not lie here with you. This sounds like a coup. This sounds like they have threatened him to use the 25th Amendment. I hope that I didn't mispronounce this word. They are threatening him to, say that he's not fit to be running again, because they were saying that he was clearly losing from Trump and they had to take him out somehow. And I think that what happened was that they told Biden, listen, Joe, we love you. However, the situation is looking not very bad, not very well for us. So could you please drop out? And if you don't drop out, my friend, we're going to use the 25th Amendment. So we will either drop you out in the kind way, with the kind way, or it's going to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more harsh. So that's what I think has occurred with President Joe Biden, who, guys, I think he deserved to make the choice he wanted to make. That's, I think, what should have happened, but I don't think it happened. This is an idea I have just by analyzing how things went. I think that they said to him, listen, you're going badly with the polls, so drop out, please. Or if you don't drop out, we're gonna make you drop out with the 25th Amendment. So, he was in a very bad situation, let's say it in that way. So that is, I think, what happened. Guys, last but not least, let's talk about the controversy which has surrounded and which has been one of the main protagonists in the 2024 Olympics. Guys, it appears like two males have just taken away two gold medals from females, and this is very sad. And one thing I want to say, guys, feminists, this is especially for the feminists that are watching this video, for all the women, stand up, fight, like President Trump says and said after getting shot in his ear. Guys, feminists, stand up, because they are not respecting your rights in your sports. Females should compete against females, males should compete against males, non-binary people, trans people should compete with males. As simple as that. That is what I personally think, and this is my opinion, guys. This is my opinion. And as I said, trans people, I think, should compete with males because they still have too much testosterone compared to women, so they should not be allowed to destroy women, because objectively that is what happens. This is what I personally think. Or they should create a third category if they so want. Guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm gonna, of course, show you some clips, and I'm gonna show you, and of course I will have shown you some things regarding the two females, the two males, the two apparent males who have boxed against females. And guys, there have been biologists who have pointed out things. There's been a biologist in the UK who has been banned from Facebook for saying that if you have chromosomes XY, you're a male, and if you have chromosomes XX, you're a female. I'm gonna show you what has gotten him banned. Many clips will be shown to you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Quite frankly, this has been one of the most explosive videos I have ever made. I hope that you appreciate it. Probably the most explosive video I ever made. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get to 75. Let's get to 100 subscribers. Let's get to as many subscribers as possible by the end of the year. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support, and see ya tomorrow. Not tomorrow probably, but in the next days with new videos. Thank you very much for all the support. I love you all, and have a nice